Uh, Hello everyone. Welcome to another podcast. It was it was really late when since I last uploaded. It was a month. Originally, what I planned was uh one one audio per week, but but then it got delayed. So we got the chance now, so we can't let that go away. And now we're back with another podcast. And today we have a guest. You might want to introduce yourself now.
Hi, I'm Purple. Purple Haze, because I like purple, obviously. And this is the first time I joined this. So let's go.
Mhm. Okay. uh, I think our the topic that is most appropriate this time is uh, the one with Ukraine, since it's
Ukraine and everything that is obviously going on with this world we live in, and
yes.
some
Oh,
topics that
yeah,
may
yeah,
um
uh,
that are
ob-
connected to
yes,
this.
yes. I mean, obviously, there is more to this world than just Ukraine and the Russia fighting. There are other conflicts that exist alongside what the main topic right now. So, if we know some, if we remember them, we'll try to address. Also, I have a new microphone now. I guess
It's awesome.
after I upload this, it will be the first time that I ever hear my voice from a different or from the listener's perspective, because like the last
Oh, really? That's
yeah,
awesome.
the last audio was kind of uh I honestly did not like my voice that time. But it's different now. So I guess first of all, what are the things that you know about the war in Ukraine? Or you might wanna, if you want to start on another topic. So being light is never wrong.
Life. I want to talk about life, to be honest.
Mm. What, which
What
aspect of
is
life, to be precise?
what do you think is the purpose of life? You know,
I guess,
sometimes I'm out here thinking about what is my purpose, and just contemplating about that
mm,
makes me kind of sad because sometimes I think that I have no purpose at all. I have no talent and whatnot. It just sucks, you know,
uh,
having that feeling.
I guess, dude, I think you're a good artist, honestly. Plus, I highly disagree with people that say they don't have any talents, because clearly you do. Either you just haven't either you just haven't found it, or you just don't recognize, you deny the existence of your talent. But everyone has a talent. It's just either of the two that I've given. About the purpose of life, uh, it it highly depends. It varies on the person that you are asking. Every there's no two lives that are exactly the same. Everyone is gonna have a different opinion over something really simple. There are a lot of things that are subjective and depends on the person that you are asking. And for me, aside that it varies from the person, I guess on my perspective, life is just about trying to do things that you might not be able to do, or things that you want to do, you do it. Just uh
Yeah,
just
I agree with that.
yeah, just
Having no regrets at all is something that you should strive to be doing in your lifetime.
I mean, I'm not.
In your lifetime, you should strive to be someone who is trying to be better.
Yes,
And, you
I'm
know,
yeah, I'm not
you don't want
saying.
to be going you don't want to be going into your deathbed regretting some things or many things. about things that you should have done, you should not have done, and all of that stuff.
Hmm.
I don't want to go to my deathbed like that. And
Yes.
that's
Uh,
what I promised myself,
that's nice.
to do things that I would not regret. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, uh, indeed. I'm not saying that regret is bad. I, there are people you can depends on how you view it. You will most definitely learn from regret. You
Yes.
just
With
don't
failure, you can
succumb,
learn something.
just don't get succumbed too long in the sadness that comes with regret. You take the lesson that you should learn from that event, take it and then leave. Because if you're just gonna cry in
Yes,
the corner because of that,
exactly.
this happened because that happened because you weren't there, nothing will happen. You contemplate from that event, you move on. Crying isn't
Exactly.
bad. It's just sometimes if you do it too
Yes.
much, it's you're pouring too much emotion. It'll be a waste of time, energy, and basically the liquid inside your body, water in itself. But
You
it's
know, failure also applies to some things that you strive to achieve, you know, because when you try to achieve something, you're gonna do something to achieve it. Does that make sense?
of course
Now,
dreams.
now,
Wait,
in,
dreams will stay with dreams will stay as a dream if you don't do something about it.
yes.
You just be
And now
dreaming.
while you're doing something, while you're doing something to achieve this, of course you're gonna get failures along the way. And
Of course,
now,
failure
in
is
in these
inevitable.
failures, you will learn something. Because if you don't fail, that means you aren't trying at all. You know,
Yes,
you didn't try in the first place.
even failing means progress as well.
Uh huh.
Depend,
Exactly.
as I said earlier, it highly depends on how you view that defeat, that failure. You can cry over that thing for hours and get nothing in the end but wasted energy. But or on the other hand, you can contemplate, think about what happened and adapt or what do you call this, or put it in your life what you have learned from that event and then move on. There are still more chances in life than just one thing there are more chances that will be given to you in the future than just one, and it doesn't matter if you made a mistake or not. There will
Yes.
still be more as long as you keep trying.
I remember this quote I read a few days ago. It says, maybe the chances are low, but want to know the chance if you don't try? Zero.
uh,
Fear of failure is the difference between having everything you want at 40 or still living in your mom's basement at the same age. Shoot enough shots, and one is eventually gonna land.
mm, just don't make
You
sure
know,
that it does the bullet
I
doesn't
think,
hit your teammate. Hmm? Oh,
you know, what I have a question.
sure.
What are the qualities every people should have?
To
What
live.
should we do to become happy and successful in life?
I see. It's about happiness. It's not always guaranteed that you will be happy every time. There will still be times that you will feel sad and lonely, and that's okay. I guess for the first one, you should know how to understand. There are a lot of things that will, the more you go forward, the more there will be things that will need to be explained. The more understanding that you are, the better. the decisions that you will be able to make. Sometimes acting on impulse, or acting based on emotions isn't good. Sometimes it's not good at all. Eh, I very much prefer to stay composed all the time so I can think better about something than just punching someone because I cry, than punching someone while crying. So that's the first one. Be understanding. Then second is have a lot of patience. You need
Patience. Yeah.
patience. Always patience. Not just everyone needs patience. Eh, because if you run out of patience, then you'll get angry. Then anger mostly leads to actions that are harmful to not just sometimes not just you yourself, but to the
Yes,
people around you.
that is something. Because if you don't control your emotions, it can lead to a mess, basically.
Either you're hurting yourself or someone near you or both. Well, the if you're
I
even
have another one.
sure.
You need to know your identity. Because if I ask you, who are you? Would you give a coherent answer? The number one problem with people today is the lack of identity. Because if you don't know who you are, you're going to hop from obsession to obsession every few months with no clear aim. You know,
Yeah,
you need to sit down. You need to sit down and figure out who you are. Are you a problem solver, a gifted athlete, a communicator?
mm,
Find the one thing you're good at that no one else could do. Everyone has this gift, but they just haven't found it yet. You know what I'm saying?
yes. Uh, I think if one more thing that I guess I can add up, if you lack knowledge of about yourself, you can describe yourself. It will surely affect how bad or how good the decisions that you will be making. That's personally about you. If you don't know what you're good at, what job will you get, right?
Yeah, that's right. About that, I was thinking about what I was good at, but I'm still figuring it out.
You have
And
time.
I will continue to look for it because that's one of the important things that I should strive for, to
That
look for my identity, to look where I am good at.
mm, that's that's good. It's don't don't never think that it's too late to make changes about yourself. We're still young. We have a lot more years. Just make sure that that does not go to waste. Every day that you do nothing is a chance that's wasted. And
Exactly.
yes.
What is your advice to people who are addicted to pornography,
Oh wow, that
the
is
teenagers? Yes, this
first
is
of all,
something that we should be
yeah.
talking about because a lot of people also struggle with these kind of stuff, you know?
First of all, that's a very straightforward question, and I like that. I guess
So what are your opinions?
this not just applies to this not just applies to addiction to the thing itself. Can't say that right now. My mom will hear me.
Hmm.
But applies to any other type of addiction. First of all, you're gonna have to distract yourself. If you're feeling this, if you're
Distra-
feeling this, then
distraction.
distract yourself. You can either read a book or talk to someone, a friend,
Yeah,
family member, either online or uh, in front. It's either
because these
fine. You can
these impulses are really random. Because when you get that feeling, you'll have the urge to watch these type of content, and you need to put that energy into something else to keep you distracted, right?
Yes. Put your attention on something else. You can play games, puzzle games like chess. They require
Chess, yes.
Yeah, they require the utmost attention of they require the utmost attention of one person, because if you don't if you're not focused on the game, you'll most definitely lose, unless you're a super grandmaster that can make decisions in split seconds, which, face it, we are definitely far from being ones, especially me.
You
I,
know, I admit I'm also addicted to this type of
yeah,
stuff, and
I
I am still struggling to get out of it, you
yeah,
know.
I know. I'd recommend
I
you.
know.
Yes, no, I am very much aware. You didn't even know I already know. A surprise. I guess the
Raz,
surprise. I guess the first one is distract yourself. The second is avoid uh looking at those kinds of things. That's the obvious part of the puzzle.
yes.
Yeah. Unfollow whatever
Unfollow. You can block
whatever
them or
or yes,
just
if you want
build the habits to not look at those type of stuff, you know? Keep
no
out of it. Out,
change the
out,
habit.
out, out.
The habit.
Oh, yes. That's one hell of a topic. Habit.
Yeah, habit.
What
The habit.
what are the habits that you want to um
Go on.
what are the bad habits that you'd like to, how do I say this?
So eliminate
Bad
from
habits
take away.
that you'd like to change from.
Mm, Mainly me being a massive procrastinator. That's my big problem right now. I mean, I'm not an addict or somewhat, but I am lazy as well. My problem isn't really with the mind; it's with the hands. Y-
Hence,
Yes, no, not literally the hands, not literally, but uh, mm, the actions itself.
the actions.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with that.
that's something that I'm still trying to fix actually, and it's still my big problem until now. I've only started doing something about it like this school year and the last one as well.
Oh,
But
about that. I've
what?
heard you already in face-to-face classes.
Oh
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
I have
Of course you'll hear it. I literally told you the first time. Oh, dude, we're gonna have face-to-face classes now, and then I'm
yeah,
gonna
you've been there for a few days now, and
two
we
days.
still haven't
I
faced. Huh?
I think 2 weeks, or was it
Oh,
first week? First week just finished today. The classes was just Monday. The schedule was Monday and Wednesday. That's all. So today is we're gonna meet the teacher again next week.
oh, so it's not the usual
No, no, no.
Monday to Friday as it was before the pandemic, huh? It's
Yes,
just 2 days.
just
Oh,
2 days.
okay. I
Two
see.
out of five. It was nice. We were that actually one of the math teachers he was funny, but I didn't really laugh because, well, I don't want to. But he was funny and very positive about everything. He's a good
That's
teacher.
nice.
Yeah, and then
So, back at the topic, there's another one I'd like to add up to the bad habits that I'd like to remove from me, which is procrastination.
mhm,
Sometimes you just get, no, not sometimes. Actually,
always
almost all of the time,
I
you
knew it.
know, when you're doing some modules and
Yeah,
answering your
school works most
sheets,
definitely. School
you'll
works.
get lazy. You're gonna get into your gadget and start browsing it, you
Uh,
know. And
Facebook, Twitter, whatever.
it makes you guilty afterwards because you've wasted time.
You're gonna feel guilt, but you're gonna continue doing it anyways. Let's face it, it's the truth. You're just gonna
Oh.
be guilty about it for a few seconds, and then you're done. You're gonna continue. You're not gonna do something about it unless you actually do. Which,
Mm-hmm.
hmm, wow.
So, what do you think about the problems of the world today, especially in Ukraine?
Hmm, one, especially, I guess one big problem right now is on. I'll focus on America actually.
Okay,
The
let's
thing
go to America.
America is just tearing itself apart. The leader is incompetent. Well, the citizens themselves are a problem. Uh, if if there's gonna be a civil war in America, I'm not even gonna be surprised.
Damn, a
Poli-
civil war.
Politically, America is already divided. Even since ever since Trump and Hillary.
There
They
is a lot of division. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Totally. There is really a lot of division in America right now.
mm, the, Politically mainly, religious religiously, I think. No. Oh, yes, religiously as well, but mainly politically. It I think it start my I think it started when Hillary ran for presidency, which she ultimately lost. I'm not surprised. She kind of did not deserve to become president. And
Why do you think so?
well, Hillary's attitude is just bad. And I really don't, even until now with Lenny Robredo, I don't like how they're emphasizing that, oh, she's a woman. I don't care if you're a woman.
Especially let
It's
the
not,
woman lead, right?
yes, it's not, yes, the last man standing is a woman. What do I, what's gonna happen if Lenny is a woman? Even if uh, either man or woman, if they have the same skill, it'll be the same. But
So, what do you think about Lenny? Are
uh,
you, if you have the ability to vote right now, who would you vote for?
I'll go with Isko Moreno. Isko Moreno, actually. Mm,
That's a good choice.
I don't.
Especially right now, the
I
popular
don't.
opinion is Lenny or BBM.
Uh,
And you chose Isko Moreno, which is,
he- he's at
I don't,
third
I
actually.
don't know.
The first in the rankings are the last time I remember I checked was BBM. Second was Lenny. Then third Isko. Then Manny. I think it was Manny or Ping Lacson that was fourth or fifth. But the third one, yes. And the thing is with uh Marcos, it's just too obvious that they're just there for the money. I mean Marcos. The whole family itself is just untrustable and everything they do is just something you can doubt. I remember watching something with those Senate hearings, right? They hold what
Yeah,
Amy Marcos. You already know who she is. She's a senator. And I'm not
I
sure.
know.
I'm not sure the next term, but right now she is. She gave this an example used and made it look positive, even though it was entirely negative. Eh,
Hmm.
yeah, and that's just a lie, which is something, of course, you cannot simply trust someone that has been lying to you, not just to you, but to the whole Philippines. Sure. And about Ferdinand Marcos himself, about about the people that thinks he's a hero, you'll hear them say he built a lot of infrastructures. And the thing is about those infrastructures, that's his job. You're not
Yes, it is.
You did not become the president of the Philippines to slack off all day to sign papers. You're there to make the country better. It does not just apply on the Philippines, but all the countries themselves. And that building, I think, no,
The NAIA. I think
NAIA,
it was the Philippine airport. I don't know the exact name, but
yeah,
it was originally not NAIA in the first place. When
yeah,
the Aquinos came into power, they changed the name of the Philippine airport to Ninoy Aquino Airport,
international airport.
International Airport. Yeah.
Mm.
So,
I wait.
do you do you
So
agree? Do you agree that the Aquinos are the one that brought the Philippines into the state that we are right now? You know, the state of poverty and
I
the way
think
the Philippines is right now.
I can't really say that I'm certain about this one because first of all, I don't really remember much about Aquino or the Aquinos themselves. I don't know much, but I what I think I know right now is the major factor about this is Marcos's. As I was saying, Marcos was the major contributor and then just got followed by the next presidents until Duterte. That's what I think is. Speaking of it, I'll continue what I said earlier. The infrastructures that he had built, that's his job. The problem is, it's not. Sure, he did his job. He made the Philippines look better, but the thing is, where did he get the money used for the buildings? And I think the answer is obvious for you. And I'm gonna ask you just in case. Where do you think did the money that was used to build the infrastructures come from?
Well, for me, obviously, I don't know the exact thing or where
Yeah, the main
did
speculation.
they get the money exactly, but I agree with the Marcus amount of money is questionable and it's
Yeah,
really something.
I remember this one time. I forgot the name of Ferdinand Marcos's wife. Do you remember? I don't.
What's it? What's her name again?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Thing
Let's
is,
search.
she went to this one province of the and they all had uh huts to live in, and then she
Oh,
said, "Why
I just
don't?"
searched it up.
And
Her name, the Ferdinand Marcos wife is Imelda Marcos.
yeah, Imelda Marcos told them, "Why don't you build bigger houses?" And then they said, "We can't. We just use bamboo." You know what kind of solution she gave them? She
What? What was it?
she built a large hut. I think it was a coconut palace. Yeah, that's her solution. It's not giving them the materials they need, the money to buy and build bigger houses. She's gonna build a larger hut, and that's her solution. Very entirely selfish. The only thing that benefits, the only benefit that the only people that will receive the benefit from that coconut palace is her image. Coconut palace looked good, honestly. It was
Where
a
is it located at?
I don't know. I don't remember. I just watched it somewhere in the internet, but I don't really remember it right
Is it
now.
a government office?
I'm not really sure.
Hmm. I just searched it. The
Yeah.
Coconut Palace, also known as Tahanang Pilipino, is a government building located in the cultural center of the Philippine complex in Manila, Philippines. It
Mm,
was made it was opened in 1978 and its function is a palace. It was renovated in 2010.
mm,
Hmm. I just knew about that Coconut Palace right now. That's an interesting fact.
yeah. Eh, there are a lot of things that happen in politics. Some you are completely overshadowed, and some are just right there in your in front of your eyes. It's right there. Just need to search.
What do you
Ah,
think will happen
hmm?
with COVID-19 right now?
That's
There are
definitely
multiple variants
so
going
far.
coming out.
So far as what I know, the variants aren't that deadly for now. I mean, if it was, then I wouldn't have classes to attend to for the next weeks until first quarter. But the situation compared to when in the middle of the pandemic, the mid pandemic, and now compared to that, if you compare the two, well, today is definitely a better situation than the last. I mean, I got to taste halo halo again, and I got hugged by my friend when we met at church, which
That's
of course
awesome.
it was nice. Actually, until now, I cry when I remember it. I don't cry, just feel happy about it.
You get emotional.
What's even nice about it is she hugged me first. It wasn't me who started
Oh,
it. It was her.
oh.
It was nice. Very, very nice. I
You
mean,
know, some physical touch, some hug is just all we need in a day. It will
it,
make someone's day really
it's not
somewhat wholesome.
it's not even just a day, it's the entire week. And then the coming ones as well.
Well, about the pandemic,
Oh
when the
yes.
pandemic started about 2 years ago, everyone was in panic.
State of
Everyone
shock.
was, they were in a shock. Even my grandma was panicking herself. She bought face
Yeah,
masks,
there was
alcohol.
there was a lot of panic buying in the first year of the pandemic, especially when the quarantine, worldwide quarantine arose. It was a large number, if not all, then majority of the shops you can buy items that are most definitely useful at this current day and time. People are just hoarding them.
Yeah,
Panic buy.
and everyone was literally scared. I mean, plus, it was really strict as heck. You know, my cousins went from the Quezon City all the way over here to Bulacan, and they didn't get here without hiding in the car. The security system is so strict that they had to do that in order to get a vacation here with their parents.
Have you ever gone on a vacation at this mid pandemic? Have you ever gotten or attended
Mid mid
outing
pandemic?
vacation,
No, no, not at all.
like not
In
out of
fact,
town, just
in
there?
fact, it wasn't until last year that we started going into vacations such as swimming.
That's nice. Where did you swim? Where?
Uh, I forgot. Actually, we were over here at another residency, and there was a swimming pool over there. And we brought our cousins and every relative that we have
Hmm,
was invited, and it was really fun.
that's nice. I mean, vacations are meant to be a break from the stress of life. So it's good that you had fun, and you should have fun. That's vacation.
I
That's
agree with.
break. That's why break, spring break, summer, etc., etc. That's the point of everything. Hmm.
I was wondering where did the COVID 19 come from? Well, we know that it came from Wuhan, China. But
China.
do you think it's a natural occurrence or it was man made? What do you think?
I haven't really done that much research about the origins of COVID-19.
Same with me. But I was just asking your opinion of what do you
I
think?
think the most, I guess the most real viable reason for now is that it came from bats. There are already diseases that came from animals, so it would be reasonable to think that COVID-19 came from bats. And if, as you already know, the Chinese are very known for them consuming a lot of animals, exotic animals.
Exotic animals, exotic
Yeah,
food to be precise. They are really known for that. Well, not all Chinese are like that, but
everything, eating everything.
especially pigs does do also bring
Dog,
viruses, to be honest. As
dogs,
pigs.
pigs. Yes, almost every animal has a virus that's associated with them.
And this COVID-19 was the only one that was the only virus that managed to be this big,
Large.
this
Yes.
large.
Mm.
I find it amusing that every virus catastrophe in the world ends up with the year 20, 1820, 1920, the Spanish flu, and then 2020, the COVID 19. I just find it fascinating.
Mm,
Is it a coincidence or just eh? Maybe I'm just overthinking it.
probably. The thing about overthinking is that that you're thinking about some things that are not supposed to be thought about. That's why it's overthinking. Sure, there are rare okay, there are occasions that when you overthink it's right, but it's not always right. Majority of the time it's not. So that's why you shouldn't. Uh, if you're gonna just tire yourself thinking about things, which will definitely
Okay.
not be helpful for you. What time is it?
Well, yeah,
What time is it?
it's already 12:03. What do you
Oh,
think?
do you want to end this here now? It's late.
Well, if you
How
think
how,
so,
how long do you think is this? How long?
how about at least 5 more minutes? Let's
Mm,
talk about
sure.
the
Last
school system.
last topic. Sure. School
Okay,
system. What
the
is
school
the
system
internationally or here locally in the Philippines?
here, just locally in the Philippines.
Eh,
What do you think? No,
it's bad.
locally and internationally.
It's
What
bad.
do you think?
It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Especially internationally, it's getting worse. Here, it's bad already.
It's every lesson in the range of elementary to high school, junior high school,
Mm.
is repetitive lessons.
Yes.
And
And
most subjects are subjects that we aren't even going to
use
we aren't even going to be
using
using those lessons when we grow into adults. I mean, why are we
unless you're gonna
what,
become an architect, of course, or something math related like a math teacher. It's not. I think I believe it's not just the educational system that's the problem. It's the teachers themselves. I, for one, had terrible experiences with my teachers, mainly in elementary school. I did not like most of the teachers that I was with during my 6 years of studying there, or five, not six.
Hmm.
I even told my cousin to, oh, don't study in that school, even if my aunt teaches there. It's a big problem.
yeah. students really are having some struggles in school in this time,
Uh,
and not all students are equal. They all have different um,
Expertise.
expertise. They all have different knowledge, and not all students will be able to um, go along with the studies, you
Mm,
know, because um, they all have different.
go on.
Can I speak Tagalog on this?
Yes, we're about to end it. Go on.
Iba-iba kasi sila ng paraan ng pag-aaral,
Ah,
'di ba?
ano tawag dito? What do you call this? The children have translated in English. Different children have different ways of studying.
Yeah,
Mm,
especially curiosity-based learning is really, really good because that's when you learn that learning is fun,
yes. The only
you know?
reason that you learn something is when you're in. The only reason you learn something voluntarily is that you're curious about it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyways, this is where it ends, folks.
Yeah, I know we were supposed to talk about the thing in Ukraine, but I guess that's for next week.
Of course.
Do you want to do the honors of ending?
Do what?
Do you want to do the honors of ending the podcast? You do the ending.
Okay. Well, folks, that's it for today. I hope I see you guys next time.
Like
Goodbye.
goodbye. Thanks for listening.